So this hotel room in Bali, Indonesia is where I will practice filming myself today. Just check in, and before the room get too messy, I want to say that for this simple room, how interesting I can make it on camera. First, I will need to figure out the potential spots to set up the camera for different scenarios that I want to practice filming. Something like scrolling through social media, working on laptop, reading books. Where exactly would be the spot that I can film? That is the first concern. What can be an interesting background for filming different scenarios, because background is so important in telling the story. I have seen the video about how big production they film, and I think they pay lots of attention into set design, which is how the location, how the setting would look like. In marriage story, for example, if I put the frame of different settings side by side, you can see that the setting really enhances that feeling of he doesn't have his wife, his kid living with him anymore. And because background is important, in this step of choosing the background, I will start by thinking about the emotion and atmosphere I want to convey in the shot. For filming myself reading, I want it to feel comfortable and intimate. And for me, only these two areas of the room feel peaceful and cozy enough for this. Starting with the bed setup, I will frame the shot like this for three main reasons. First, with this type of wall-facing composition, I got inspiration from this particular shot from the movie Fremont. To me, I like some negative space or empty space on the wall with a few photo frames here that break up the empty space a bit. This side of the shot feels clean, open, and bring a sense of simplicity because of negative space. Meanwhile, the photo frames on the other side nicely add texture, dimension, and just enough interest to the blank wall without overwhelming the shot. This way, I think it makes the composition more visually appealing. And second reason is the position of the bed here. I noticed that when I opened the door to let in natural light, it created a beautiful dreamy glow effect on this part of the bed. See guys, if I compare a shot with natural light to the one without, you can really see the difference here. Natural light completely transforms a simple bed setup into something more dreamy, which is the visual style that I like for reading scenario. And another reason is color. So we see the dominant color of green on the wall, and then we see the little touch of red and the blue here. It reminds me of the movie Amélie. You can see color green and red together in many frames. And if you look at the color wheel, you will see that green and red are at the total opposite of the wheel. When two colors are at the total opposite like this, they make each other stand out even more. For this corner of the room, it was quite a process. At first, I wasn't that impressed with how this spot in the room looked like. But I thought I would have a bit of fun with it and give myself a small challenge to see if I could make it work. First, I added a red pillow, which helped make the sofa pop a little more. And then I adjusted the lamp. This way, I think it can draw some attention to the sofa. Next, I brought in a standing lamp here to brighten up the space, but it still didn't look good this way, especially when compared to the bed setup. But eventually, I found a setup that I like. I adjusted the lens to make the shot wider so I could include a mini table with flowers in the shot too. Comparing the before and after shots, the room now feels deeper with the interior foreground and the outdoor background. Also, I decided to keep this standing lamp in the shot for good. The lamp helps set the mood. I feel like this is so useful in creating more layer, and it can add the sense of space. When it comes to indoor, I think you can see in many movies, the lamp can help enhancing the scene a lot. Let's say if I turn off this right now, how would it look like? Wait, not wrong one. Let's turn it on. When it comes to working on my laptop, I'm limited here because this is the only desk in the room and it's built in, so I can't move it. The challenge is figuring out how to film myself working at this desk and still make it look interesting. I have noticed in a lot of movie scenes that they shoot towards the corner of the room. Shooting toward a corner this way lets you capture two walls converging, which I think it makes the shot look less bland and feel more dimensional. And when I try out, I find this look way more visually appealing than just a flat shot of one wall. Also, I love how the corner naturally divides the frame, creating a nice balanced composition. For lighting, I decided to turn off all other lights, close the doors and curtains, and just use this ceiling lamp above the desk. Another scenario that I have noticed a lot in movie is the way that the director used lamp to basically guide our attention to a specific area in the frame. We know exactly what to pay attention to, what is important in that scene. So throughout this process, you will see that there are two main things that are important. First, inspiration that I got from movies, and second, the hands-on experience. Inspiration gives a foundation and direction for your own work. It helps you understand what is possible, and then the practice, the hands-on experience is where you truly start to learn and internalize different filming techniques by experimenting with setups, lighting, the angle, what works on the camera and why.